Mother of God.
Hey guys, Kingopersia with a thoughts video on downloadable content. So, downloadable content. I'm the kind of guy who's really big into story, like the main canon storyline of a game. That being said, that's really the only type of downloadable content I buy. I mean, the downloadable content I've bought is some songs for Rock Band when I played those games, and those were some years. Yeah, the kind that expand the story of a game. Really, the only ones I've seen to do that are Bioware games, because Bioware is big into stories. Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Those are the only two other games I've bought downloadable content for, and some other game I can't remember. But what was that one? The one, I think it was called The Arrival for Mass Effect 2. I bought that because you need to know what happens in that to understand part of Mass Effect 3. And also The Search for Kerrigan, I think her name was. No, not Kerrigan, whoops. Search for whatever her name was. Morgan, I think her name was, in Dragon Age. I bought that because that actually expands the storyline of what happens. You have to know part of that to know what happens in Dragon Age 2, I think. Now, I don't have too much of a problem with downloadable content. I mean, I don't really buy it much. Like I said, I just buy story and songs. That's it. I don't have too much of a problem with it, but if I were to make downloadable content, I would have to say add some authenticity to it. Add some value to it. I mean, if you're just going to release like a costume, like a map pack is cool. A map pack is, totally valuable. It's a totally new map you can play on. I think those are really cool. But I don't really play any, well, I used to play Battlefield 3. I haven't played that in a long time. But if I did keep playing that, I would have bought Close Encounters. So I'm still thinking about that. But if you like a costume, a new character model, no, that doesn't do it for me. Really add some type of change to the gameplay with downloadable content. Like, for example, Borderlands 2, one of the downloadable content is the Necromancer. That's an entirely new class, which brings a whole new way of playing the game. That's the kind of downloadable content I'm looking for. Too bad I don't play Borderlands 2 right now. But yeah, I think that's the kind of downloadable content that should be made. One thing I think that'll help sell downloadable content is make it free or somehow easily available to people that pre-order your game. Just like I said, Borderlands 2 did this with the Necromancer. You really gotta make it somehow easier, more available to them, and at a discounted price or something like that. The only problem with, like I said, the downloadable content that expands a storyline, the kind that you really have to know to understand, like a sequel or something, like Mass Effect 2, The Arrival. The problem with those is that some people might miss out on the downloadable content, or they might not find it worth it, or they just don't buy downloadable content in general. That would be a problem for downloadable content that you have to see, to understand the later part of the story. Like I said, add value to your downloadable content. Another one that has value, I'm pretty much just telling you all the ones I've downloaded and why, but another one that has value is the songs of Rock Band. Those are entirely new songs you can play. That's totally fine with me, because it's entirely new gameplay. That's the value I see in downloadable content. That's what I would buy. So I think that's all I can think of to say about downloadable content. Yeah, just add value to it. Give us a reason to buy it. Not just something cool, but something that actually changes the gameplay or helps us in some way. So not just something that's really cool. So that's it. Look forward to next week's video on Monday. Still deciding what that'll be. And also take a look at Monday's upload. That was my derping video in Star Wars, just messing around, explosive conflict. And that is about it. Also, if you'd like to be friends with me on Steam, my Steam name is the same as my YouTube name. Don't forget to like this video and like my Facebook. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. It's still trying to figure out which corner to point to, depending upon where I put the subscribe button. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.